Howdy folks, welcome back to Tire Roaster's Garage. Now I bet you've been wondering, possibly even worrying, what the hell happened to the sun clipper? Well, let me tell you a little something. I've been thinking the same damn thing. I drove it back from Quebec, brought it back here to Alberta, and parked her, you know, around mid-spring or so. And I got into some other projects, so I've been putting her off. But Shambhala is in literally less than a week. But I have to be in the lineup for Shambhala by next Tuesday morning. So I'm gonna get this thing going, get her all tightened up, get the diesel pump leak fixed, fix the squeaky wheel on the front. I'm gonna flush the transmission oil, engine oil, change the filters, and we're gonna get this thing back in premium operating condition. She needs a good waxing too. As you can tell, the paint's, she's a little faded, but man, this thing, if you know your paint or your fiberglass, you know damn well this will come out like glossy, brand new, the white and the purple. But yeah, so I'm gonna jump up into this thing and rip the bed apart and get down into the engine because it's a diesel pusher. Remember, the engine is mounted in the back, Cummins 12 valve turbo diesel. And right now, like I said, it has a leaking injection pump, so not good. I'll show you the leaking pump that I'm speaking of here. Doesn't miss a beat, dude. Don't miss a beat, my guy. I got the bed all apart in here. I got the one cover off the engine bay. Now take a peek at this. So you see that leak right there, but it seems to be leaking from the main part where the pump meets the body, where that big O-ring is, a big gigantic O-ring in there. So I'm gonna attempt to tighten it up first, see if it makes a difference, but I'm pretty certain this pump's coming off. We're gonna put it on the bench and reseal it. So, let's get into this thing. But first, I'm gonna pull this AC unit apart, temporary hardwire it so I can run this thing and keep cool in here, because it's like a plus 30 day here in Foothills County right now, and I'm already cooking just standing in here looking at this engine. I'm like, buddy, I know this AC unit works when you hardwire it. It doesn't work with the wiring in here for some reason. I'm not getting into it right now, but I'm gonna attempt to fix this. Pull this bad boy down. All right, I got these wires rigged up here, turn this AC on. Oh yeah. It's already ice cold. Perfect. Blow right down on me while I'm working on this Cummins. We got a new journeyman on site here. Uncle Russ, say hi to the folks on here, Tire Roaster's Garage.
Howdy, partners.
That's what a diesel engine bay's for. Just beers and piss. Yeah, so we're just ripping this injection pump off, check her out, see what's going on, have a quick shotgun first, get us in the spirits. Cheers, mate. Thanks for coming over.
Thanks for having me.
Oh God, I'm done with those long. Fucking this one thing we're working on this thing, gotta keep running back into the shop for more shit. Got an old Milwaukee Coors, 2 Pilsies, otherwise known as the Saskatchewan Champagne. Variety pack, buddy.
Variety pack.
Just got back from the general store. Some fucking standard ranches.
In high school, fucking roll up to a fucking party and you got like a fucking grocery bag full of like 12 different beers. Just clean up mom and dad's fridge.
We used to have a fucking bar in Brandon, Manitoba where you'd go in there and they'd sell you all the shit that fell out of boxes and stuff.
Yeah.
Like $1 a beer.
Shit mix.
Yeah, shit mix. So we just go in there like fucking Coors, Old Milwaukee, fucking
Green
Bud
Diesel.
Light, fucking Green Diesels. Yeah, Saskatchewan Champagne, eh? Yeah, right on. A dry festival. As much Molly as you want, but God forbid you bring in a bottle of vodka for fuck's sakes.
God for fucking bid. America, baby!
Have one of them Saskatchewan Champagnes.
I've always wanted to work on one of these, dude.
The old diesel pushers?
Yeah, I fucking absolutely. That's why, like, as soon as I knew you got a motorhome, I was like, is it a diesel pusher?
Yeah.
My boss had one of these fucking at work, and it was the inside was fucked. Like, it was leaking and needed a shit ton of work, but it had a 12 valve motor in it. And my buddy at the time that I got a job at work, he's like, oh, so he's like, what are you doing with that motorhome? He's like, oh fuck, he's like, it needs a lot of work, it's junk. And then my buddy noticed it had 12 valve in it, and he's like, man, I'll give you $1,000 for it. And he's just like, all right, sounds good.
Dagger.
Paid $1,000, man. Fucking went and got 6 batteries because it needs 6 batteries. Fucking threw them all in. Fucking thing fired right up. He posted it online that day. And then fucking buddy came to our work and fucking gave him $6,500 for it.
Yeah.
And my boss, like fucking he's driving it past my boss, and fucking my boss is just like, fuck's sake. Like, you could tell it, you could see it in his face. He was like, God damn it, I should have kept on with that thing.
What was most of these have 454s in them and shit, right?
Yeah, they're
460
big
big blocks.
gas guzzlers.
Yeah. I'll see a 454 one around the same year with twice the mileage listed for like 25. And I'm like, all right, if I ever sell this thing, I'm gonna put her up for like 40 for sure. If it don't sell, then at least I told the old lady I put her on Marketplace, right? So we are on day 2 of this whole pump removal thing. Me and my buddy have both never worked on 12 valves, so we're familiarizing ourselves with the platform. Luckily, I have my pal Darcy over at Colstang here on YouTube. Right here, Colstang. It's the guy who put a 12 valve Cummins into a 1980s notchback Fox body, and it's faster than my drag car. Like, not even gonna lie, just mint. But yeah, luckily we got Darcy, because Darcy's walking me through this and giving me some courage of hope, because, oh man, apparently on all these Cummins, they all obviously have different applications. And with this one, he says where the accessory location is, I have this odd motorhome specific thing, which is like a power steering pump combined with an air pump, from what I can tell. And, you know, you got this special little wrench here you need for these VA pumps. And I'm back in here, and there's this bolt that's just like, you can't see it, you can't get your hand in there, there's nothing you can do because of this pump. So you just gotta do a little bit at a time. And, you know, I'm trying all sorts of extensions underneath here and stuff, and she's taking some time. Then the second bolt here is this odd little tab that holds this fuel block onto the pump, because apparently they come in this side usually on the Dodge trucks, but on here they're coming on this side. So anyways, got this other bolt back here, so I got to figure out how to get that little special bolt off there. I have my pump pulling tool, engine barring tool, and a few other little things to get this thing where it needs to be lined up and get this pump out, but we're just screwing around with those silly little bolts. But yeah, thanks to Darcy from Colstang. Check them out. So here's the cool thing about these the motorhome application, is it's just hanging out in the bed up here. Leaving this one panel on, and then taking the back panel off and just hanging over the engine here and working on everything. It's different, but it's a lot easier than climbing over a fender, I'll tell you that. So we out here with a 80-foot long lightsaber socket extension, and we're gonna try to get her up in here and fish this one bolt off. But buddy, she is not pretty in here, I'll tell you that for free. So after hours of suffering, I have found the specific extension combination that will probably work the best. And if this doesn't work, oh buddy, do we got a little bit more work ahead of us. Howdy Ross, how the fuck are you? We're still working on this fucking pump one day later. You got a little bit of a better working attire on today, eh? I got the fucking AC unit blowing cold air.
Oh, you got her going. Yes!
He got it?
Pull her out!
He got her?
Yeah.
Buddy. No way, get the nut off the front here.
She dropped though, so we're gonna have to find it.
Oh, we'll find her. No fucking way, mate. Put a stupid bracket still on there. I got that line off, got the pump out. Look at that. Fucking 5 hours later. Look at that. Pump right out of there. Man, this compressor / power steering pump thing makes things a lot more difficult. Get this into the shop, pull it apart, reseal it, and get her back on. So me and Russ got the old pump apart here. This is the old gasket that's clearly all rotten and fucked, so I think we found our leak. Have a new O-ring on there. Yeah, so those are guided in. Those didn't go on, did they? That stayed locked in place.
It's one of those springs dropped.
Yeah, fuck. Right down in the depths of hell. Oh, we really sent her for a ride that time. I'll pull this whole thing out again.
So again.
Son of a bitch. A lot of moving parts in these things. That's the way to do her. Fish her out. I like how this little piece has to have a tapered end to it. It can only go one way, like just silly. Alright, so we got this block bolted back onto here. New gasket in there. It's sealed up nice and tightly as it went down. And yeah, my leaking was coming out of here from what I could tell. And then the buildup that was on this corner, in conjunction with the fact that this gasket has little cracks all the way around it, I'm pretty good indicator that that was where the major leak was coming from. So we're gonna get this pump back on the motorhome, and hopefully we didn't screw up the timing when we pulled it out, but we're gonna get it back on there. and figure it out, because we have 4 days to go until this thing's got to be on the bloody road. All right, so I have to rip to the city this morning, and this thing has to go in for a repair. So me and Whitney are taking the big van, the old Slowbird, to go grab a bunch of oil and stuff for the motorhome and stuff like that. And I'm taking this thing in to get the fender fixed because the cat got in the garage, jumped on these boxes of bolts, and dropped it off the shelf and put a couple little paint scratches in the fender. So yeah, it's getting these little paint nicks here repaired. There's a few of them, it's not much, but it's an honest day's work. And then this thing's coming down to the Kootenays with us, and I'll explain why in the next video. Man, this weekend's gonna be lit. Party on Saturday, the Shams kickoff party. Rented a dope ass stereo and a light system, a smoke machine, bunch of yard lights, gonna have a campfire. Real kickoff for Shams, baby. I'm really excited. All right, we're on the phone with Cole Stang here. Check out his YouTube channel. He's teaching us how to modify a Cummins VE pump for free and get all this power out of it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. Just got to get a set of tow mirrors on this motorhome and we're laughing. And this will allow the throttle to open more to give it more fuel, you're saying?
Yeah, it's kind of, a VE pump is really hilarious like that. The farther you can rotate that thing, the more power. But we're also going to do an adjustment on, you have a power screw on the back, another one just like that on the back side. That one we're going to give her a little crank too. So that's good. As long as it's sitting like that, you can lock that in its place.
All right, she's locked in there.
Okay, now let's go around the other side of the pump. There'll be another screw that looks similar to that high idle stop. Yep, and that's going to have a tamper-proof. So on this one, crack that nut free. Now we're going to want to keep track of where it was. Down a little bit, and there's a tamper-proof cap there. That's the money screw. Nope, up and to the left on my screen. Okay, go to the left, or which? Yeah, right. Back a little bit, right there.
Oh, right, this guy, yeah.
That's the money right there. What you're gonna want to do, I will spin that all the way out. I'll go to the grinder, and you want to grind off that collar. So then, because we need to be able to screw that in farther.
Do I have to release this jam nut first?
Yeah, and I would count the rotations that you come out of there, because we're going to want to go back. I guess we're sort of going to know. When you grind off that collar, you're going to kind of have a general idea of where you were, but do whatever you got to do to get that collar off, and then we'll put it back in. We'll put it back into this location it's in right now, because we want to know that location. We want to be able to get back however many rotations you're doing now.
All right, we're going to get this pump mounted back in here and hopefully get her fired up soon and everything goes smoothly. And get the sun clipper on the road for Shambhala. Down to the Kootenays. Alright, let's get to work. Alright, so we're all back together here. And we're just doing the final torque sequence on the nut that holds the gear on the front of the VE pump here. 69 foot-pounds of torque. Mint, mint, mint. Let's fire this thing up. Tighten down this last injector line, and I'll head up there and she should fire right up. Here, keys. Thank you, sir. Is a running Cummins 12 valve with a non-leaking VE pump. America, baby! Whoa! Whoa! So I got a 3-vehicle oil change here. I'm taking the Cobra down to the Kootenays as well because we have a little surprise for you on that one. Changing the oil in the Triumph because we're taking the motorcycle with us, and then I got to do the transmission oil in this motorhome, the engine oil, and all these filters on all the vehicles as well. So you can say I got a busy Friday ahead of me tomorrow. We're hitting the road on Sunday, our party's Saturday. We're on this big shaker on Saturday, and then we're leaving for the Coots on Sunday, so got a bit to get done in that small little time frame. So this morning, we're hopping in the old Slowbird, and we're gonna go pick up one of my other friends that I love to do hood rat shit with, AKA Mike the Fonzie. Hey, it's Mike! Morning. First thing, we're gonna go get some goddamn coffee, and we're gonna get going on this Cummins motorhome. All right. So we're starting the morning off with an oil change. I'm gonna go warm the engine up, get that engine oil nice and hot. So when I pull this plug, she flows out smoothly. Never change your engine oil without running it first and getting it hot. Because when the oil's cold, it does not come out like it does when it's hot. Don't ask me the scientific term, but it's just warm oil, be good oil to be draining. And we got Mike the Fonzie up here operating on the front, getting this thing up off the ground, but we don't got much room under here, do we, Mike?
No, we don't.
Because we've got a front end wheel squeak coming out of here, so we got to see if the kingpins are okay. Maybe it might even be as simple as a brake pad anti-squealer or something. I'm really curious how this pump's gonna work. We turned those few settings up that I showed you in here with Darcy from Colstang, and yeah, hopefully she's got a bit more chooch to her. I find it hilarious that this thing comes from Quebec and has been birdified already, because the only thing done to it is a straight pipe exhaust and the VE pump is turned up. So we also have to frig around with the smoke screw setting to get it to chooch more coal, but we'll wait till we're on the road for that and we'll play with it then. Maybe a little bit tonight, but I got a lot to get done today, and yeah, let's just keep going. All right, I gave her an extra 5 minutes. About 15 minutes run time. Get that oil nice and hot. Drop her out. Holy fuck, mate. Jesus. Look at that. Oh, she's coming out of there heavy. This oil filter's in a odd spot here. You know, for an engine with so much room, there ain't that much room in here. Can you pop that cap with the other hand there, the airflow cap? Is it sealed?
Yeah, of course.
I know I'm... What the fuck? Oh, it's overflowing.
No. Fuck me.
Let her go. Fuck it. Drain this transmission oil now. This transmission oil is pretty dirty. Allison A542 4-speed automatic. 1:1 final drive ratio. That's still pretty red. A little brown on the dipstick though. All right, Mike put the new oil filter on. Now we're filling her with 8 liters of transmission oil. We're not doing a full flush here. We're just kind of, you know, taking half the capacity out and putting more in and cleaning her up, because the oil wasn't too bad. It was definitely getting a little brown, so we'll do this for now because I don't have an actual gasket or an internal filter for the pan, but the external filter and this in conjunction will be fine. Just dropping half the fluid and refilling the other half. All right, so I've just wrapped everything up in the sun clipper. The transmission oil is done, everything else is done. I got to cut this video short because we're organizing this party for tonight. Packed motorhome, we're on the road tomorrow, so we're doing the Shambhala kickoff party. It's going to be fun. It'll be in my next vlog, and then we're hitting the road, going to Shambhala. I'll be filming a first time Shams experience vlog while I'm down there, and maybe some other fun stuff while I'm on the road. You know, there's always something to do on the sun clipper, so I'm sure we'll run into some content there. So with all that being said, I want to thank you for watching my video, tagging along on this repairing the sun clipper, getting it back into operating condition. And I'm excited to take it on this road trip. I'm excited to make more memories in this thing. It's going to be really fun driving through the Rockies in it. And like I said, I'm sure there'll be more content to come on the road here. Obviously, the Shams First Time Experience vlog is going to be hella tight. But yeah, if you got any value out of this content, please like and subscribe to my channel. Leave some feedback in the comments section below. And with all that being said, we'll catch you in the next episode of Tire Roaster's Garage.